Welcome, Sagittarius. Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am your co-pilot, Christina. This is your May 2022 video horoscope. If you like my insight and my consultation, my guidance, please check out my website, which is www.urbanwitch.org. I would be really honored if you would give me some love through liking my videos or subscribing to it. I'm truly grateful for your trust in me to guide you through your spiritual journey. So let's say Sagittarius, rising, sun, and moon sign. Actually, the transit is really for the rising signs, because that's the way the planets are in the houses. However, if you are Sagittarius sun or moon, don't hesitate to check out the Sagittarius recording also. It is, like, for example, the moon sign is your inner self. That's your emotions. That's your backpack, the way you relate to others emotionally. The sun sign is your physical body. That's your energy. That's your purpose. That's your career. And actually, that is the rising sun, which is your mask, the way you relate, not emotionally, the way you act on circumstances and the way you pretend for others. So here it is, my dear Sagittarius. Let's start with Pluto retrograde in your second house. Pluto going to station retrograde in your second house in Capricorn. And Capricorn is a planet of structuring, and Pluto is actually investment, or it could death, sex, ending, rebirth here. So when it's gonna station retrograde, that is really close to the earth, and it's really affecting your second house of valuables and your finance, the way you earn money, the way you are, your wallet, actually, your income. But second house also is related to Taurus, and which is related to your jaws. It's related to here with your swelling and your neck area here. So when Pluto goes retrograde over there, you have to reinvent something, revisit something, reimagine, rewrite. But in your second house, it could be your financial stability, the way you are actually structuring your income, the way, like, for example, the Pluto retrograde over here, it is like, whatever I try to manifest with my work, it did not work. And I have to revisit. I have to revisit also how I relate to money. Maybe I valued money too much. Maybe I thought my power is coming only if I have financial stability. And right now my values going to change, because second house is also values, and Pluto over here it's very deep values. I'm going to structure down something, lay down some kind of values here, some kind of belief system, because Pluto is relates to the 8th house of Scorpio, so something very deep. But it could be also like I'm going to invest in some kind of Plutonian energy. It could be like mining, or it could be something with, usually Neptune is related to oil, but Pluto also could be. But Pluto could be something with recycling or waste management and recycling. So I'm going to invest in something with recycling products here, or surgical products. Pluto also surgery. So I going to think on some kind of medical field, some kind of medical instrument I can invent in, or revisit, or do some kind of research. And later on it's going to pay off. So this kind of Pluto retrograde in your second house, actually going to sextile the end of April with Venus here. So I'm going to rethink the way I relate to my money. even, you know, this could be like your secured, what is that, when you saving account. So I do have savings. So I found a beautiful home here, and I'm capable to pay actually with my savings over here, or with my inheritance money. I'm capable to pay for my house, renovate my house, or buy a house over here. And Venus also could be not necessarily buy a new house, but redecorate. So that is going back to the structure. So I'm going to restructure my home. I'm going to need to go down to the foundation and fix something over there. And I have the money for it to fix it. Before previously, you had a lot of beautiful aspects in your fourth house in Pisces. So I definitely see for a lot of Sagittarius rising or Sagittarius moon and sun moving, for example. It could have indicated already in April and March, because, you know, the conjunction started, Jupiter and Neptune conjunction already started in March. So it could indicate previously already the moving. It started over there, the think of the moving, or the literal moving as well. But it's going to also be over here for end of May. So you going to experience some kind of key in your hand. But it could indicate renovation as yours as well. It is a very loving family, with very loving time with your family members. So you will spend time together, and you're really going to enjoy it, and it's going to come from love. Because listen, it's not only the two beautiful planet of Pisces was conjuncting only 166 years ago before, but right now in April 12th in your fourth house of family, connection with your family, connection with your root, but also in your real estate sphere as well. But also then after that, Venus with Neptune conjuncted April 27th in 24 degrees of Pisces, so other Piscean flavors, so forgiveness. So you know what, you might have forgiven someone in the family who wrongfully treated you. And after that, on April 30th, Jupiter and Venus actually conjuncted. And it's also, again, higher, it's a lot of love. It's expanding the love for my expanded family. It's not necessarily just the family I live with, but it's the expanded family I love. And I create space for them. I can give love for them, because before I didn't have time. But right now I'm gonna call them, and I'm going to make sure they are loved as well, and I am loved. Okay, so here it is. That's real estate for you, Sagittarius, and real estate matter. And then it's gonna go actually May 2nd, Venus in Aries in your fifth house, and it's gonna be 0 degrees Aries, which is a vertex point. It's a cardinal karmic degree. Venus is money. Fifth house is investment. Some kind of investment that you previously invested can pay off, or something with related to art and your children could get some kind of recognition with your children, and very loving energy. Also, it could be some kind of family vacation you are planning, some kind of fun you are planning with your family. Maybe your children has a birthday around over here, and you're going to have wonderful time together. And actually I have my first son May 1st, my second is May 2nd. So definitely I'm a Sagittarius rising. It's all related to me here. But again, another thing, May 2nd, you know, it's vertexes, and Venus going there, money matter. It is investment lottery. You might want to buy a lottery tickets. I'm not going to actually encourage you gambling over here, because my dissertation I wrote about pathological gambling. My brother lost everything through gambling. So I don't encourage you to gamble, but it could be something like a lottery ticket, a scratchy. So I bet something, and then it's paid off, all right? Then Jupiter is gonna move to Aries over here, and Jupiter going to move to Aries May 10th, and it's going to be here for a significant time of 5 months. And that is also expanding joy and happiness for you, Sagittarius, because, and you know, playfulness and romance. The fifth house is also romance, and it's also lovers, mysteries, children. So it is like, maybe I'm going to have another child, or maybe I'm going to adopt another child, actually, because Jupiter is also, you know, here before they were conjuncting, and the conjunction didn't actually, and this is actually adoption, it could relate to adoption, and it's not going to, it's still going to have the conjunction until end of May, so it could be like an adoption coming through for you. And with this loving energy, Venus and Jupiter over there, it's like a lot of joy, a lot of parties. You're going to be invited for parties after parties. You're going to have fun with your friends. And then what else going to go over here? So here in Pisces, we had actually Juno coming here April 20th. And Juno is the loyal lover, the loyal wife, who actually forgive everything for Jupiter, even many cheating over here. She's the asteroid of marriage and loyalty. And in your fourth house, it could signify like, you know what, maybe I'm going to, well, fourth house is your home, 10th house is tenant, that is the axis over here with that Virgo kind of. So I might going to be capable to rent my house out for some loyal tenant. Mars in fourth house, it could be some kind of indicate with Neptune over here, and in Pisces some kind of infection in lung actually, or respiratory system. But Mars actually in fourth house is family. Mars is like a warrior, but Pisces is spiritual. So I'm going to become a spiritual warrior advocate from some kind of family members. And Mars actually at 14 degrees at one point going to sextile with Uranus for you, and Uranus in your sixth house. So it could indicate something like, I'm going to need, again, I have a significant change at my workplace. I'm gonna get hired, and it's out of nowhere, because, you know, I didn't even look for a job or that kind of job, but somehow I get an opportunity and I'm gonna take it. And it could be something actually with a Martian Piscean energy. So I will need to be advocate for someone or something, and it could be something, you know, matter of real estate, matter of ending, matter of families. So for example, a social worker, families, matter of families, I am supporting families, and in the sixth house matter. So also like advocate for Pisces could be foreign islands, and Jupiter were in Pisces before, so that's foreigners. Yeah, I can put that together, like I'm going to be advocate for immigrant children's health or something with immigrants, refugees' health. Yes, it could be like that. But on May 4th, actually, Jupiter, Sun and Uranus going to conjunct in your sixth house, and sixth house is your head. And Uranus is something with nervous system, something with central nervous system. It could indicate something like a thunder in the body, or, you know, shaking, tremors. So, you know, you might actually start or started actually a new diet, because Pluto is your taste, it's food, and Pluto retrograde could indicate like I'm going to start some kind of diet. I'm gonna revisit some kind of diet over there. But the diet here, it's going to actually give me some shaking. Actually, I don't eat enough, and I start to have tremor or dizziness, because of actually Uranus is also dizziness. So careful with that kind of new diet here. It also can indicate some kind of neurological issues, numbing, health-wise, but also it could be like unexpectedly you're going to have some kind of situation at work, and it's gonna shake your workforce. or daily routine. So something going to shake your daily routine, which is like not necessarily going to be pleasant. It's another blockage which you have to deal with. All right, so Mars, Venus is in Aries. Venus doesn't like to be in Aries. However, the money side of Venus loves it because Aries is an initiator, so it could indicate money over here. And you can give more love if you have more money. And many times they say money doesn't matter and, you know, it's not the base of happiness. Definitely it's not, but you can get more, you can support more people if you have more, right? So that somehow, yes, it could be related. And then let's see, then Mars gonna come to Aries on May 24th, and it loves to be in Aries. It's his own sign. And in 5th house, actually, because it's also a fiery house belong from Leo, it is like double shot. So it really loves to be over here. However, I would watch out with circulatory issues with Mars in 5th house in Aries, or some kind of head issues. Actually, Aries rules the head. Mars could be something like in 5th house, it could be some circulatory issue and some kind of quick spike, but I would not heart attack could be, or stroke could be, right? But of course, not everybody going to have it. But, you know, if you feel something like a heart palpitation, or if you feel like, you know, like I do have some kind of issue over here with my head, don't hesitate to actually check it out. Also, it could be kind of injections, or, you know, Aries also rules the eyes. And Mars, it could be some kind of like you're gonna have an eye surgery and fix your eyes as well. It could indicate that as well. Okay, what else? So Juno is here, so it's loyalty and love in the family matters, forgiveness. And then Vesta gonna come over here, May 24th. And that is, Vesta is the eternal flame, the asteroid. And in the 4th house, it is like, it's really, truly a loving, beautiful. Like, for example, if you find your house in May, it's going to be so loving. You feel like home right away. You're just gonna be mesmerized by that. So it's truly, truly amazing. And with Juno as well. And then Venus going to go on its own sign in 28th of May. And it loves to be in Taurus and in the 6th house. It could be like you going to crave for sweets. Or I don't know, you're just gonna start to be obsessed with apple or apple juices. And maybe you're going to actually do a detoxification with apple juices and support your liver system to detoxify over here. On May 20th, Sun going to go to your 7th house, so everything going to be focused on your relationship, one-by-one relationship, and actually somebody can come in who want to support your business. It's a one-by-one relationship, so it's really good. Or your marriage partner going to be more loving for you and more supportive. Before, not necessarily, but right now, yes. Mercury going to start to retrograde over here on May 10th at 4 degrees of Gemini. So there could be some kind of communication issues with your marriage partner, like, oh, we misunderstood each other's, you know, for example, with housing situation. Oh, I wanted to have this, or I wanted to buy, I wanted to rent, you know, like going back and forth, so miscommunication issues. Then you're going to have that going back to your 6th house. Mercury actually could relate to thyroid issues. 6th house going back to retrograde, go back and check your thyroids, for example. Or it could be also, what else it could be? Yeah, that 6th house, like, for example, revisit some kind of employment issues. So, for example, I'm going to rehire someone. Before I lost that employee, or they left, or they went somewhere, or, you know, I failed, but I'm going to rehire someone over here. Yes, and what else going to happen? So we're going to have actually a total lunar eclipse for you guys, and it's going to be in Scorpio, and it's going to be, that is your Scorpio. Your Scorpio is here in your 12th house. Wow, all right. 12 and 6th house matters, right? So mental blockages, addiction is going to actually go, because you see that eclipse going to actually be on steroids with South Node, and also the full moon itself, it's getting rid of something. The South Node is also getting rid of something. And then it will be also like it's in Scorpio. Scorpio also is detoxification, right? So that is like you getting a shot of steroids and the free injection to get rid of some kind of anxiety or mental blockages or some kind of addiction. Right now you are capable actually to get rid of addiction as any Sagittarius, and actually it could come with the help of your loved ones, your friends, the family, your significant other over here. So it could be very powerful, that kind of getting rid of anxiety, panic attacks, for example. You had a lot of panic attacks before, and a lot of, like really deep connection with the other side somehow. And it was very bothering because that didn't let you to sleep, because 12 was also rules sleepness, and Scorpio is digging deep, and Scorpio is also the other side and the death in our life. And right now you are capable to get rid of that. You are capable to eclipse that out, that all kind of blockages, all kind of addiction what didn't serve you before, you capable to get rid of. Okay, so focus on your health here. So that is actually, if you get rid of addiction, it's so obvious, right? Drugs, alcohol, whatever did not serve you, smoking, coffee, too much caffeine, any kind of sex addiction, gambling, whatever the addiction is, that if you get rid of it, obviously your physical health going to improve, right? So it makes sense. Okay, but definitely check out the thyroid over here, and you might going to crave for more sugar. So try to stop that, because sugar addiction also, when Venus is here in Taurus, it could create sugar addiction. It is still addiction. So you might going to be able to cut out sugar from your life. Okay, so what else going to happen? And then it's going to be here. Actually, we're going to have a Gemini new moon on the 30th in your 7th house. That is a new beginning in your relationship. And Gemini is the way of communication, the way we relate to each other, but we are healing our communication in our marriage and on one-on-one relationship. Perhaps this is giving you a new opportunity, a new beginning over here with friends, and start to communicate on a different way. And it's going to happen in May 30th. So also I wanted to talk about I have two more asteroids over here. So we talked about Juno, we talked about Pallas Athene, and Pallas Athene actually I didn't talk with you about Pallas Athene. So this kind of Pluto retrograde in your 2nd house also going to square with Pallas Athene, and Pallas Athene actually going to be in Aries, end of Aries, and it's gonna be end of April, beginning of May 1st here. Okay, and it's squaring Pallas here with Pluto, and Pallas is the goddess of warfare and a warrior goddess, and the goddess of wisdom. And this square over here going to give some kind of obsession with even a lover here, or obsession with money. So I'm pushing forward to get some kind of increase in my financial increase, but that is coming from my work, and I want to have my salary increased, and I keep going for it, and I keep asking for it. So I'm going to create some kind of annoying aspect with my employer, because I keep asking for it, and they're going to get annoyed with me. Or it could be because Pluto is sexuality, Pallas Athene over here is the god of war. I'm going to have some kind of issue and with my lover, with my intimate partner, actually, and it's going to be because of money situation. So the way he relates to money and the way I relate to money, it's totally different. So we don't see eye to eye. And that's why we're going to fight about money situation, and it's going to create some kind of difficulties on our relationship or in our love life. Or the value here. Your value, it could be like focus on sex, Plutonian energy. And the God of Warrior over here, intimacy, or your values actually is going to go around banking and money, and she still want to be loved, and she's still going to be obsessed with romance. And so, for example, fifth house could be romance as well. Pluto could be deeply instinct and sexuality, just pure sex. And it could be like she wants romance and I only want sex, or she wants only sex and I want romance. So that kind of difficulties in this relationship could also be powerful. And then let's see Sappho and Algol, because I wanted to talk about that Taurian energy, and it's going to be in your sixth house. So Sappho is actually the asteroid of muse and music and art, and very Piscean energy, and it could create, but also sexuality as well, and it doesn't have shame. But Algol is a fixed star. This is Algol is the Medusa, and in 26 degrees of Taurus, it resides, and it's there all the time. And Algol was raped, but being punished because she was not virgin anymore, but she was raped. And that's why she became evil. And she wants to treat everyone like on an evil way, revengeful, very revengeful, and want to actually stone everyone. Like, okay, if you come close to me, Emil, then I'm going to make sure you're never gonna move again and you're gonna become a stone. And Sappho and Algol are going to actually conjunct, because Sappho also on 26 degrees. And then previously we had who we had over there. Whatever, right now I'm gonna talk about Sappho, and I'm going to talk about Algol. So Algol has shame and revengeful, but very deep shame. And Sappho is like, I don't have any shame. I am who am I. I love sensuality, and I'm a muse, and I like to be like that. So those two together over there, it's a really, really dual energy. It's like the yin and the yang, the black and the white, the negative and the positive over there. And then imagine that when on May 16th, we had the solar eclipse over here, and that's actually not solar, but lunar eclipse over here, and it's going to be a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio and Taurus, and the sun at 25 degrees 18 minutes. The moon gonna be also 25 degrees 18 minutes over here with South Node, conjuncting with South Node, so letting go in your 12th house. So some kind of anxiety, panic attack, but here, it could be in your sixth house. I'm going to get healed through actually some kind of Algol, and Algol was abused. So it could be like from a previous abuse. So I have to let go of whatever happened in previously before, and it could have been a sexual abuse for me, or a harassment, rape. Like Algol was raped, and I need to get healed. So I need to try to practice forgiveness and let that go, so I can heal emotionally, and I can let that blockage go, so I will be capable to heal over here. Yes, so that energy also happening here. And I think that's all I wanted to say. I talked about the end of May, the new moon in Gemini, which is going to happen for you over here in 7th house, which is like really starting loving new way to relate in my relationship. So I want to close with that. For you, Sagittarius, so there is a lot of sweet aspects this month. And of course, eclipse season started, so it's not going to be easy on us. And on investment matter, actually, because of, let me see, the Plutonian. Pluto is, you know, like anything with mining, anything with minerals. So you might want to invest mining and minerals over there. And, you know, like Jupiter went to your 5th house, yes, that's definitely lottery tickets or some kind of previous investment would actually pay off. Or, you know, for example, Mars, when Mars going to go to your 5th house axis investment, Mars is metal, it's gold, silver, and, you know, in 0 degrees in your 5th house, it could indicate some kind of investment in metal will pay off for you. And so that's the money houses, and I'm checking your money houses over here. So yeah, Pluto definitely in 2nd house, it's some kind of mineral salts. And then it could be surgical object as well, some kind of surgical object as well you can invest in. And then, you know, in 4th house matters, you had Jupiter and Neptune, which is oil. 4th house, it's domestic. So I could translate that like invest in domestic oil. So if you are in Russia, buy the oil, the stock oil from Russia, or if you are in America, then buy it from the US, or if you are in any Arab countries, then buy from there, you know, from your domestic land. Buy some, you can buy some oil, and it could pay off actually very well the next 12 years. All right, so if you like my insight, as I said at the beginning, then give me some love, and I hope I see you again. Till we meet again. Bye.